Party people in the place to be. Hi, and hello, everyone.
Hello, Willie.
Hey.
I wasn't talking to y'all. I was just talking to everybody out there in Radio Land.
Ouch.
Trying to fix my thing.
And we're bringing the energy back.
I know, just trying to fix it before I say, it's a tripover radio show! No turning means of psychedelic masturbation here. I'm the host with the bony teeth. Still getting used to them, but I'm getting adjustable. And this is going to be I know. And they are going to be coming in style. They're getting fixed, but, I've been saying that shit for the last month, and, But I'm telling you, this time next year, I'll have actual teeth that actually take them out, put them back in. Hate these things.
Hey, by then we'll be able to do elective surgery, hopefully.
Right?
Hopefully when I get the new stimulus, I'll have enough.
You can, well, if you get the first stimulus, you can get you a PlayStation 5 and the membership for $50. So that's your $600 right there.
What up, Buddha? See, I gotta make sure
for
that
the PlayStation.
Exactly. I don't need a PlayStation. I just need some new teeth. That's all I need. Anyway, it's your boy Will BK, and of course we are here live and direct from S Street Media, from streets of Brooklyn, Queens, depending on where you are at.
It says Queens on the train, doesn't it? For the train stop?
Well, I think we're heading towards Queens, but like I said, we're pretty much a borderline.
You're like 60 feet into Queens.
Pretty much. We're pretty damn
Got a good
close.
60 feet into
Just
Queens.
barely.
Yeah, just pretty much. But let us see the other people here, in case you are looking where we are. Of course, next to me is our resident cuddlist and vibe clencher and motion center of the elements and talks with the snakes and the ladybugs and all that stuff. Here she goes. It's Jenergy.
Peace, everybody.
Jenergy.
Hey.
Jenergy.
Hey, where can they go watch the stream that you're doing over there with your phone?
Oh, on my thing, Well, if you're on William Kirksey on Facebook, then you can follow me. But this will be streaming live on YouTube, so we're going to upload it on YouTube. So, you can always go to William Kirksey, and you'll get to see it. But we'll send out the notifications for people. And, another episodes, definitely. So you already, you met Jenergy. And, of course, we have a special, guest host for most of the night, if not the whole night. And she's a very interesting person. Very, very interesting. We don't discriminate here on the Tripover Radio Show. Everyone is welcome. All is welcome. All is welcome here on the Tripover Radio Show. And,
be prepared to explain to all your preference if it's not obvious.
Well, that is true.
And talk about this amazing skill.
You act like Matt, these cats act like I haven't been doing this before, and I need to be reminded how to introduce people. Well, what do I know, right? I've just been doing this only 6 years.
Look, I just glanced over and saw this and was like, this needs to be talked about. That's all.
So you don't think I don't know that?
Hey,
I guess I don't know these things yet,
to
Matt,
jump in. Excuse me. Excuse me for jumping in.
What do I know? I'm just a host. Anyway, well, we want to introduce you to Kate. Kate has a couple of skills going on, but two unique things is she is a trans woman.
Trans woman. Yeah.
Only because I'm still getting hip to the terminology, so I didn't want. I got the first part right, but I just
We can
didn't
go
want.
over that.
Yeah, we'll all get a little hip to it.
So we're gonna get hip to the hip talk and learn some basic trans women 101 things that people need to know and can, if you want to know, or say if you're thinking of a change in your life and you think this is the way to go, then you definitely should be able to walk us through it. And also, aside from that, she is also a true skill maker. She makes weaponry.
Like, check this out.
Look at this. She got the automated jammy that she created. You created this one?
I didn't design the big part. The top part I did, but yeah.
But you built it, right?
I built that one.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a jammy. This is a jammy. So we're gonna get into that a little bit later because they're talking about shooting me with it, and
In his ass is
we'll,
going
we'll,
to
we'll,
get
we'll see how that
intimate
goes.
with the gun.
And of course, we cannot, of course, start the show without, of course, bringing in our resident weirdo, and he's the mince of mischief and the devil's disciple and the kinkster and all this other different thing. Hardy Brooklyn, everybody. Hardy Brooklyn. Hardy Brooklyn.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Uh,
Whatever holiday it might be.
Well, what
Too,
are
Hardy.
potential
Titles and stuff.
I'm saying, what are the potential holidays right now?
Festivus for the rest of us.
What the hell is that at?
That's
There's
everything.
Festivus.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Oh.
For everybody.
There's, I don't know, Christmas.
Well,
Hanukkah,
that's
Kwanzaa.
Christmas, Kwanzaa.
The pagan thing.
Mm-hmm.
That just passed.
I was gonna say we just had Yule. so-
Winter solstice. Was
Yeah,
yesterday.
winter solstice
That's
yesterday.
pagan
Well, that's not a
related.
holiday.
That's
Yeah.
pagan.
New
It is
Year's,
pagan
that's a-
related. It is, and
that's a
that's
big holiday.
It's
For some
it's
people.
winter solstice. Like this whole week is like a
Huge thing.
And if people don't know what
The
the
energy is-
if people don't know what the solstice is, it is yesterday was the shortest day of the year, right? The winter one is the shortest. And the summer one is the longest.
Yeah.
Yes. No, yesterday was the longest day of the year. Everybody would
No,
know
no.
that.
The summer's the longest.
You could tell it was the shortest day. It was dark and dreary.
Well,
really
well,
quick.
it could have
Right.
been. I mean, you know, I'm.
yeah. Wasn't it dark for the longest amount of time tomorrow or yesterday? That's part of it
Yeah.
too, right? That's the part I
Yeah,
was
just
talking
the
about.
least daylight.
Right. It's like the darkest day. And
Well,
we're in
right.
some dark days, so it has good
Gotta
timing.
go better from now.
That is true. That is true. That is true. So good. We only got a few more days, maybe a couple of more weeks before a Dick Sandwich gets out the office. So
Right.
you know, I'm very
We'll see
excited
how that
about that.
goes.
If he goes.
Yeah, he may not be leaving. Like they may have to remove him. I can't wait to check that out.
I know that's going to be really funny,
See if it goes
but
down.
and he's gonna
I say he lasts not that long.
shit, yeah,
Not
he's,
long
gonna,
enough to make it a thought cycle.
he's fucking not gonna go.
To be
fucking quiet.
refusing to leave, you mean? Okay.
I
Are
think
you-
like the army's gonna be like, no fucking way.
Right.
No.
Are you guys prepared to take your shots, your injection?
No.
Anyone
No,
vaccinated?
we're not. We're
No.
not doing that here.
Are you gonna, Kate?
I was gonna say once it's actually like publicly available, by that point we'll know if there's anything like really bad about it. It's a coronavirus vaccine. Like they've worked out one for SARS and MERS. They're both coronaviruses. They've had those ones for
Yeah,
years.
but
They
those are a different technology. Those are the
no, those are
AstraZeneca
both
ones.
coronaviruses.
No, but they're still the technology of delivery is the
It's this-
AstraZeneca model. It's not the other one. So there's just different deliveries. Yes, when the normal vaccine, like the old school vaccines, are available, which they should be available
well,
pretty soon.
What's gonna be the old school one? For,
Where it's something that can be kept at refrigerator temperatures. It's available to the masses. It doesn't cost $1 million.
Yeah.
You know, you're probably still going to need to get 2 shots. But it's
Okay.
also the one that the World Health Organization is freely distributing to the rest of the world. Not one that's only available to an elite country that has a certain type of medical system and can potentially cover up outcomes that we don't want to see.
And look, not for nothing. Have you seen any of the clips of people that, like the one nurse that got it, and within less than 10 minutes or so, a little more than 10 minutes, she passed out on camera. It was like a live thing because they keep
Yeah.
showing.
Yeah.
And then the other guy that they were shooting him with the needle, and there was nothing in the syringe. Like, could you at least put some saline in there or something, make it look like you're actually giving someone not an air shot?
So there's a lot
So
of problems
I'm not
around
with
it.
any of that. Like,
wait. So you're saying that the shot she was getting, there was nothing in it?
it was an empty syringe, and it was a guy, and they poked him with it, and they showed it close up. And now, if you notice, after that, seeing that clip, now the nurse kind of stands in front of them, and you see them going in, but you don't actually see the connection. I think they were so like hyped up about trying to show people that it's okay that they were showing like directly on angles, and you saw the needle go in, and it was completely empty. And he didn't even push the little thing, like the knobber thing that
You don't have to push
pushes
a
it
lot of
out.
the new ones
It
anymore.
was
They'll,
just
like,
empty.
Pump. Like a lot of them, they just as soon as just slap it down, it pumps.
But the chick,
Really? I didn't know
but the nurse that passed out was real.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
had got it.
there
Yeah,
was
Just a
she passed
allergic
out.
reaction.
Again, it's a new. The Moderna and the Pfizer one are new technologies. They're very new type of. I don't know the technology behind it, but as far as the delivery system, how your body reacts to it, they're new types of treatments.
Isn't it too because that it's different because it's not an actual open like where with the flu they actually give you some of the flu in with the vaccination, like they give
I don't
you
know that much detail about
because
it.
I think it's not that.
Generally, any vaccine where it has to be refrigerated or kept like super cold, like these COVID vaccines, there is some part of virus that's just not functional still in it.
Okay.
Like a weakened virus rather than like just dead pieces of it, which is
Right.
what you'd usually be able to have in something that's, you know, low temp or non-refrigerated stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Well,
Doing it.
but aside,
I'm good. I'll wash my hands and socially distance and wear my mask where I need to. And we're going to talk about other things, but we have a
that's
few
what-
things that are we doing to get into that? Or
if you let me get to it, I mean,
I'm excited about this.
But I
'cause
mean,
it's all
just think
things I
about
do.
it though. Like the distribution for it to be mass available on those two vaccines is not even feasible.
For sure. Just even the time frame for them to come up with this. And my thing is with vaccines, like they put all that into that. Where's the cancer vaccine? Like where's
Well,
do you know what I mean?
You know, this
You
is
can't
really
vaccinate
interesting.
cancer.
Whatever. All right, whatever. Talk about the next thing then.
Thank you. I didn't know anybody fucking talking about this shit. I was leading into something. I didn't mean it was gonna be a full-fledged discussion about that vaccine shit. What I was getting ready to lead into, that they say that cannabis, a certain type of strain, could help prevent COVID
Yes.
in some
Yes.
capacity.
Yeah, there's some scientists that are doing some research now and saying that it definitely is. They think that it's a preventative.
Yeah, I think that's out of Canada.
Yes, out of
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, what do you think of that? I mean, how possible is that?
I think it should be used because that's like nature's medicine. That's not it's not chemically changed and things like that. And
It's coating my lungs. The virus can't get in.
I mean,
And
that is why smoking has been like they've actually seen people that smoke normal tobacco are less likely to get COVID just because your lungs are already clogged up with other stuff.
right.
Not that smoking's good, but there's like a very tiny percentage less likelihood of catching COVID if you smoke.
Wow.
Then it's got
Okay.
to swim through the tar.
Right.
I don't know. So you're saying just the blockage of your chest cavity of smoke already. You don't think it
It
would
gets
just
beat up
blend-
so much that it's used to a virus tries to come in. And it's like I've already been beating the shit out of you.
Of course,
You can't even get
if-
in here.
If you already got lung damage and you do catch COVID, then you're kind of screwed.
Right, because you
But-
can't breathe apparently.
Yeah, like that's the
one
main
of the
thing. Is
symptoms.
COVID's not one where it kills you directly by making stuff stop working. COVID makes it so much easier for other stuff to like. You die from pneumonia when you get it,
Right. Yeah.
or something
Or
else
heart
that you catch, or
failure.
something
Or
else
an
that you've already
amnesia,
got something going on.
Something else that's already.
Right.
It puts a strain on your system, and then something else is going to be what kills you.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing with the death tolls. They've been like, okay, what's the death toll from? Oh, is that actually from COVID? Well, if they hadn't caught COVID, they wouldn't have died. So yes,
Right.
but yes, they also died from heart problems
Right.
or
yeah.
from
Or
pneumonia
Or
diabetes.
lifelong.
Yeah,
Right.
like
lifelong. battles with-
anything else where you've already got a
disease.
major problem going on. But
Lupus.
like
Right.
like it's one thing for people that are already 80 years old, and yes, they've got so many systems failing, but the people that are like going through a cancer treatment and like that's why their immune system doesn't work right now, so they catch COVID and they catch 5 other things and they die. Another year down the road, they might have been able to catch COVID and live.
Right.
Okay, so what are some other preventative things that we can also use for those that don't want to use Moderna or anything? What are the other potential?
Vitamin D, getting out in the sun. That was another thing that they're saying is a preventative is vitamin D, and that more than 85%, I think, of the people that have had COVID are also vitamin D deficient, which is the majority of America is vitamin D deficient. And I already know about that from another issue that I had with myself. So vitamin D is something like a supplement that I take regularly. And yeah, so that's one. And another one that I want to bring up that we didn't really talk about too much, but sea moss. Sea moss has 91 minerals in it, and the body has 102, and sea moss has 92. So if you're replenishing your body with that, vitamin D, getting out in the sun, smiling, being social with people, even though we're not supposed to be, because that's, I think, really lowering all of our
You
energies
you
too.
could be social safe. I mean, I
Definitely,
go to a lot
definitely.
of parties
Yeah, for
that
sure, for sure.
there's
And
a
I
little-
think that's really
there's-
important.
There's a little safety pain in the ass.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, most people don't like that person that's got that shitty role,
Right.
but they're there to like make sure that you're social distancing for the most part.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're masking if you're not, and it gives us the ability to still have these parties
Yeah.
without. When the cops come, they're like, "Oh, all right, bye."
You see that everything's okay. They
To
say it's
see
all
that-
okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but when you go to swing events, when you go to underground parties and stuff like that,
Those should not be happening right now.
they shouldn't be happening.
No, this is too early in the process. Too early in our way of understanding what goes on with this disease.
Mm-hmm.
That there's no problem taking a pause. There's no problem of shrinking your circle down.
Right.
There's no problem in acting respectfully. There's no need for you to go to a swinger party. You're not going to die.
Yeah.
Except you might if you go to it now, where before you're not going
Or
to die.
you might
if
at least get really sick and feel like you're dying.
correct. Or you might get somebody else sick.
Or yeah, like you might get somebody who actually could die from it sick.
Right.
Like that's more of a problem. Like I'm not worried about catching it myself. I'll be fine.
Right.
But one of my roommates is kind of at risk, and I don't want him to die.
Sure.
Why do you feel you're not? Because you don't go out, you do the social distancing.
I'm in generally good health. I don't even smoke, so my lungs are in pretty freaking good shape. You know, so even if I do catch it and I do get, like, even if I get pneumonia, I'm still likely to end up fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but, like, I'm not, like, young, but I'm not old enough to be for it to be a risk factor.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
But, you know, like, one of my roommates, he smoked for a while. He doesn't smoke much anymore, but, you know, he doesn't get a lot of exercise, and he is almost 50 now. He's not, like, super...
Oh, you're saying that like that's so
Hey.
old. Almost 50. Like we're all beyond that.
He is
Everybody at
50.
this
He is
table.
50. He's 50.
Mark. I'm 47,
But
but...
he's 50.
Yeah,
He's 44.
Well, see,
It
so...
just sounded so old.
Yeah, we're all of you.
It sounded really
We're all
old.
And
around
like,
that same age.
unless you've got some other risk factor going on until you get up in like, you know, the 70, 80 range, just age itself isn't really a risk factor. But, you know, like if you have asthma and you are over 50, well, that you are at risk of actually having serious complications, if not dying, if you catch COVID.
I think that's a big issue too with younger people too that we're kind of like not thinking about because there's a lot of young people that are getting it and it's really like knocking them on their ass. You know what I mean? Even being like in super shape, and I know about some people that are you know, couples that have like really gotten sick and people that have passed away that aren't even 40. You know what I mean? 35. Like so that I don't even think that's necessarily that much of a factor. I mean, it definitely is. Like it adds to your susceptibility, I guess, of getting sick. But I think I mean, anybody's kind of
Yeah, I mean,
reachable with this thing, you know?
And there's so little known. Like I have two friends that got sick at the end of March. One has antibodies, one doesn't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've
And
only
they're
had like
both about the same age.
we had like
Yeah.
one person they know for sure in the U.S. has gotten it a second time, but and there's worldwide there's a few people that have gotten it a second time. We're not sure if that's going to be common, uncommon.
Right. That's also my thing with the vaccine, with not wanting it, because not everybody's going to take it anyway. And then if they have this new form that they're talking about, like over in England,
Right.
where's the vaccine
that's
for
gonna
that one?
suck.
And you're taking the chance of having to pass out like the lady did on TV. I'm good. Like I'll
Right.
Yeah,
I'll
like,
try to work through it.
they're
You know what I mean? Like
they're
there's too
trying to
many.
figure
There's too
out
many
whether
unanswered
the
questions.
they're trying to figure out whether any of the ones we've already got work on that strain. They
Right,
don't
and
know
how
yet.
about all the
That's gonna
vaccines that we've
suck.
been giving our children for years that have all kinds of leads and metals in it and giving our children all kinds of diseases? Come on. Whatever, but it's happening.
all right.
It's happening with
All right,
vaccines.
so let's talk a little bit about being trans.
Yeah.
We will do that as soon as we come back because we have to break because the producer is telling us to wrap. So, sir.
We have to wake you up, I guess,
Yeah.
because we're so boring.
Because it's a Tripover radio show, I think it is Snore Over radio show. Talking about trans. That's interesting. That's what I'm going to talk about. Anyway, we'll
Coming back with that.
We're coming right back. Tripover radio show. No